When we embrace change, resilience, and we empower our inner leader to step up, we're transforming ourselves and we're transforming the world around us in order that they can sustainably end local hunger in their communities. And because it touches on hunger, it touches on health, it touches on education, it's just an amazing organization. And it's actually the reason that I founded the Imagine Fund, which is a nonprofit that actually hosts things like match campaign, awareness campaigns to help support the amazing work and mission of the Hunger Project. Hosting a transformational leadership series. It's completely free, but it's built to increase awareness of World Hunger Day. We have award-winning book writers, people who have been on US national TV.
Today, we're wrapping up our deep dive with Loddie. And trust me, this finale is unmissable. We explore her unique story. A chemical engineer turned poet, a couch potato turned martial artist, and a lifelong learner who's continuing to expand her horizons and impacting the world with such a strong positive energy. Let's get straight into it.
We already had so much fun in parts 1 and 2.
Having more fun. I'll crack into it. The first question. So failure is part of any journey. Loddie, how do you handle setbacks and what strategies do you use to bounce back stronger? You know, we talked about potentially falling flat on your face. Yeah, how do you bounce back from those?
Wait, David, I've never failed, ever.
Because it's a mindset.
It's so true. You went there, exactly. Failure is just a pathway to growth. I mean, once you realize that, and I know this sounds completely crazy, and it took me decades actually to develop to this point, so I'm not saying it's off the bat that everyone necessarily feels this way, but once you realize that, you start getting excited when things aren't going well. You're like, wait a minute, I'm learning something here. What is it that I'm learning? And one of my favorite things I like reminding people of is don't get into that mentality of like, why is this happening to me? You know, reframe that. Why is this happening for me? There's something here that I'm going to learn from. And that's probably the biggest thing, right? I mean, every single one of us, it doesn't matter who we are in life and how far we've gotten in our career. We have at some point been told no. It could have been someone we asked out, or it could have been a job that we interviewed for, a project that we went for, just something that we thought we wanted. It could have been ourselves. That's actually the worst kind of no. And those are the ones to really watch out for. Don't be the first one to fail yourself at something. Give someone else the opportunity to actually give you that feedback by you at least being willing to go out on that ledge. Because let them say, well, actually, you don't quite meet the qualifications. Because guess what? That opens up the next dialogue. Oh, I'd love to learn more because I would love to reapply in the future. What would make me better qualified for this? What do you suggest is my next step? Boom, instant mentor.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God, take that tip. Golden. I love that. And one of the things I like doing and have particularly enjoyed is, you know, researching amazing people like yourself and trying to look for something that not many people would know about you. And the one that I found is you're a martial artist.
Martial arts student. That's an important word in there.
As long as I don't run into you in the back street alley late at night and you kick my ass, that's all good. Maybe, is that one of your strategies in terms of bouncing back? You know, maybe someone told you no, or you had a learning experience and you're like, all right, I'm just going to go do some Tae Kwon Do and boxing bag as hard as I can.
I love this vision. Actually, let me start with the story of how I went into Tae Kwon Do. So yeah. I already had my younger daughter in Tae Kwon Do, and I was sitting in her class watching her, and my eyes drifted over to the adult students. And as soon as I saw the adult students practicing martial arts, I heard myself say, I could never do that. And as soon as the words came out of my mouth, I knew that I had to try, because that is something I've trained myself on, is wherever I notice that there's a comfort zone or a wall, I question it. I want to know, well, why is that there? Why do I have that limiting self-belief? What can I do differently? So I would say it's more that attitude actually that helps me blow off that steam. So yes, I do agree with you that like physical exercise and physical exertion, going on walks, hikes, martial arts, any of these things can actually help us blow off steam. But more than anything, it's that willingness to go like, well, why did that bother me so much? Or why did I think I couldn't achieve that? Or why was that depressing or anxiety inducing? And what can I learn to grow from that?
I think what I love about that example is how you caught yourself, right? And potentially another way of saying it is you said to yourself, I'm not going to fail myself. Someone else can fail me if I'm not good at Taekwondo. I'm going to give this a go. And I'm sure you're being very humble. You're probably much better than most of us. So.
No. You just have to.
We won't ask for video footage of your next training camp.
But it's a joy to explore ourselves in new ways. And personally, David, I had, we talk about mind, body, spirit, and just like that holistic approach to your life. I had focused so much in other parts of my life on mind, on spirit, and body was a little bit behind for me. Other than hiking and going on walks, I hadn't really explored how is this a realm for leadership. And my 8th degree black belt teacher, master black belt,
you're going to say my, like,
well,
your,
yeah, right. No,
you're no longer a student, Loddie.
But, he really helped lay some of those connections. And he said one of the core things with the term martial artist is the artist part of that. You're actually creating and giving off energy through your body form. And that really, because I also do physical art, painting and whatnot, that really helped connect the concepts for me in a different way. And this is going to sound funny, but my yell, like the strong martial arts yells that they teach you that are supposed to come from your core, went from being pretty quiet when I first started, I was quite shy as a student, to being so loud that people would turn their head and go, oh, I do not want to be in a dark alley with you. Other teachers would start commenting because it started to connect for me. Oh, this is just another part of getting to know myself as a leader. So how fun to explore ourselves from a multifaceted lens. When I first started going to Tae Kwon Do as an adult student, I was missing a lot of classes. We were supposed to be going to classes 2 or 3 times a week. It's a pretty intensive time commitment because, as an adult, you're working, you're trying to fit this in on the evenings and weekends. And I had a very intense job, multinational job, lots of travel, lots of crazy hours with lots of different time zones. And I was missing a lot of classes. And I started to realize that same level of commitment we bring to anything in our life actually shapes and reflects our commitment to ourselves everywhere in our lives. And so I made some shifts. I made some shifts in the way I was thinking about it, in the excuses that I was making for myself in order to let myself out of it. Because we can always say that, but I'm so busy. Yes, so is everyone. Everyone can choose how they spend their time. So pull towards you the things that matter most. And then when you commit, really show up as your authentic self in everything that you do. Because it becomes an opportunity for you to say, hey, are there things that I'm committed to that I actually need to let go of to allow me to actually deepen my practice, my success, and my impact in other parts of my life? So it's a great tool just to kind of reflect on where are we showing up consistently in that authentic leadership mindset in all different parts of our lives? And what is it teaching us where we're not?
Quote or book that I am thinking of now that you've just reminded me of is to the practice of physical exercise, and here just maybe reframing in your mind that, okay, at whatever the 45 minutes that I'm going to go to the gym or do Taekwondo, pretend that it's a meeting with the CEO. And would you miss that meeting with the CEO? Like, you would never, ever miss it. You would never be late to it. You would never skip out and say, sorry, I'm too busy. You would be there 10 minutes early preparing and everything. And like, I think that mindset helped me. I'm a big believer in sport as well. And so, yeah, when I read that, it really resonated. I'm like, yeah, I would never actually miss that appointment, or with your boss or whoever is important in your world, right? And so, yeah, putting it back up as a priority and a commitment and seeing it through. Resilience is key, but let's be honest, you won't survive without hitting that subscribe button. So guys, come along, join the community. For for us to make time to connect with people like Loddie, senior leaders with so much wisdom and experience to share with us, it's not easy. Loddie's actually in the US, and we're here down in Sydney. So please show love for our guests, for the channel. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps us grow the channel, and we really appreciate it. Second last question, penultimate question. I know you're in the midst of raising awareness for World Hunger Day, and obviously, you know, it's a big tragedy, and we are probably in very privileged positions living in the US and Australia. Can you tell us why you're so passionate about, you know, the World Hunger Project, and how can leaders and other organizations contribute to this global cause?
Man, you know, it's the basics, isn't it? Being able to have adequate access to food. When we don't have the basics for survival, we can't really even start to worry about the rest of it. Like, you and I had the luxury of talking about leadership and career growth and how do we want to set a vision for ourselves when we have in our human family brothers and sisters all over the world who actually struggle with something much more essential. So just to share with you, about half of the deaths of children under 5 are actually due to undernutrition. 1 billion women and girls around the world are impacted by undernutrition. 10% of the world's population is in a state of chronic hunger. And these are things that sometimes, because of their magnitude, we feel like, well, I couldn't possibly do something about it. But there's a we here. We can do something about it, right? When all of us actually join our awareness, our intention, our efforts, and each from the place that we are, help where we can. So I am a very strong supporter for this amazing global nonprofit called the Hunger Project that is working on creating an end to world hunger. And they do this by actually empowering people with tools and resources in their community, empowering change agents to actually be agents of change, connecting them with government resources, training that they need in order that they can sustainably end local hunger in their communities. And because it touches on hunger, it touches on health, it touches on education, it's just an amazing organization. And a third-party organization actually came and surveyed people who had been involved in programs with the Hunger Project. And consistently across the board, it was like 92%, 96%. People were reporting that they felt like they had better access to food, better connection to local government support and resources so that they could take care of their communities. They had better access to education and materials that they needed. So it's really a phenomenal organization. And it's actually the reason that I founded the Imagine Fund, which is a nonprofit that actually hosts things like match campaign, awareness campaigns to help support the amazing work and mission of the Hunger Project. So the Imagine Fund is about imagining and creating that bright, equitable new future. And we're actually hosting a transformational leadership series. It's completely free, but it's built to increase awareness of World Hunger Day. We have award-winning book writers, people who have been on US national TV, and we're really using it as an opportunity for us to recognize that when we embrace change, resilience, and we empower our inner leader to step up, we're transforming ourselves and we're transforming the world around us. So all of you, David, I know that I'm going to see you there. And I look forward to having your listeners join us at these sessions as well.
Yes, I certainly will be. And it's such a powerful mission. I will leave a link down in the description, guys, for you to check it out. And Loddie, maybe do you want to talk about the watch party?
Oh, okay. Well, you know, David and I were batting around some ideas. And if any of you decide to host a watch party, which means that you're going to join the Transformational Leadership Speaker Series, but maybe you want to have a bit of fun, invite a bunch of friends virtually or in person. Maybe you just grab some popcorn or some snacks together, and you can chat questions right into these fireside chats for the speakers. So it can be very engaging and fun. And if you guys host a watch party, take a picture and send it to us. You can either share it back with David, email it to myself, and we will do a social media shout out. And in addition, and this is only for David's subscribers, whoever hosts the biggest watch party, we will also host a personal fireside chat for your group with me and David. You can ask any questions you want about leadership development, transformation, how you can get your footing in the healthcare industry, anything you want to talk about. And we will host that for you. But it's got to be a big watch party, guys, a big one. So help us spread the impact, spread the love, spread the word, and bring as many folks as you can into that family.
Yes, guys, get behind it. It's such a great cause and amazing prize, if I don't say so myself, at the end of it. So yeah, we look forward to seeing your posts on social media. Loddie dropped some serious gems across this series. Don't let them go unnoticed. Share your favorite moment in the comments below, or better yet, send this video to someone who'd be keen to join your watch party and win some incredible prizes.